What's going on, guys? I got this weird letter. This weird letter for sure. The Deadpool. And I made the list. Check it out. Right at the top. Backtrack Cinema. Harry Callahan. Apparently I'm next on this Deadpool game. Well, I got one news for this guy. You're shit out of luck.
Covenant, you're calling Raven.
Payback time.
Come with me if you want to live.
You just don't turn it off!
Inspector Dirty Harry Callahan must stop a secret contest to murder various San Francisco celebrities, with himself being one of the targets. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Jason, and you're watching Backtrack Cinema, where we talk movies of the past that you know and love. And today, guys, we are tying up some loose ends, getting to the end of the Dirty Harry reviews, the Deadpool. This is the one we're going to be doing today. As you guys know, I started the Dirty Harry reviews at the beginning of the channel, basically, and you know, other stuff got steamrolled, and you know, I've had some time lately, so getting into this Deadpool movie. This one released in 1988, directed by Buddy Van Horn, and starring Clint Eastwood, Liam Neeson, and Patricia Clarkson. So Inspector Dirty Harry Callahan has come into the late 80s, guys, and this movie goes for a more over the top of that late 80s feel. It definitely belongs in that time. And we see Clint Eastwood's been around a long time now. This character of Dirty Harry Callahan has been around a long time now. He's still up to his old ways. People still trying to kill him left, right, and center. His worldviews and his outlook on the justice system is not going in line with the mayor's and, you know, the sign of the times. Let's say he's still an old school dude who believes in the victims' rights. And that's what's kind of missing from this movie too, is that it goes for more of just action comedy feel rather than dissecting the justice system, dissecting Harry Callahan's worldviews on everything. So let me know in the comments, guys. Don't forget to hit me up in the comments about what you think of Deadpool and the Dirty Harry franchise. So this one has a really cool concept that I really like, is that it circles around this Deadpool game, this harmless game that a bunch of these, you know, this director, Peter Swan, and other people have made up, said taking all these hot topics, celebrities, and make a list of which one's going to die first. And this serial killer takes this game and makes it a reality. And Inspector Harry Callahan, because of his fame and all the busts he's done, has made this list. It has a really cool concept for a cop crime film. In Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood's still the same, man. Does not cooperate with anyone. He's doing more one-liners in this movie than ever before, man. And yes, it's entertaining, it's funny.
You're shit out of luck.
And we'll break out the marshmallows and the weenies.
Hey, buddy, I'll kick your ass so hard you have to unbutton your collar to shit.
Well, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
Just not as effective as the other movies. It's not as effective, I think. Like, tonally, this almost feels like more in line with something like Death Wish 3 or Death Wish 4. Maybe not Death Wish 3. That's the badass action movie of all time, but I love that movie. But maybe Death Wish 4. I mean, with Clint Eastwood pulling out the harpoon gun at the end of the movie, it's just like, okay, Dirty Harry has gone into the over the top 80s now. That's where we are.
You're shit out of luck.
And that's where we left him. That's the last time we ever saw Dirty Harry. I still think there's more to Dirty Harry. I still think they could do something with the right director, the right story. If they had a real old cold case file and they go to Dirty Harry Callahan to see if he can remember any kind of details or anything, and, you know, use him as, obviously, I don't know if you could, Clint Eastwood's old, man, but I don't know if you could have him in the movie with any kind of physicality. I think it could be a cool movie, like I said, with the right script. So the action and the shootouts, they're all there. It's still fun stuff, this movie, like entertaining and fun. You see him getting another new partner, and he's this Asian guy, and he knows Kung Fu, and so there's some cool action sequences there, and Dirty Harry looking over at him like, man, this dude can fight. That's what he's thinking, right? And it's pretty funny, his reactions and stuff. And yet we get Dirty Harry. They want him to cooperate with the media more. They want him to be more of a media person, let the media know what's going on, you know, have this partnership. And he ain't having it at first. This famous rock star dies in this Deadpool game, which is Jim Carrey, by the way, which was absolutely hilarious to see. And I think that's why this movie has an over the top feel, because of like that. We got Guns N' Roses in there. We got Jim Carrey in there. But the girlfriend of this rock star is all emotional when she finds out he's dead, and the media is trying to capture this and just to sell papers and all that. And Dirty Harry, that's he protects victims and their rights and all that kind of stuff. And so he destroys Buddy's camera, but then he meets the reporter, played by Patricia Clarkson. They kind of get some kind of relationship. He starts liking her through the movie. And Patricia Clarkson as this journalist, Sam, I really like this character. I thought this was a good character for Dirty Harry. There was something so captivating about her voice.
Do you like cops?
Well, as long as they're not in my rearview mirror.
I paid attention a lot more when she was speaking. She almost has this raspy voice, and you were just, I don't know, I was just kind of fixated on her. I thought she had a lot of charisma, you know what I mean, and played this character well. And throughout this movie, I think you get to see Dirty Harry and her really understand both sides. It's probably the cleanest looking film out of all the Dirty Harry films. It doesn't quite have that grit. Music's okay. There's been better cinematography throughout these movies. There is a kind of a funny action sequence I really like. That's not the most tense sequence. Like this film doesn't really have a lot of tension and a lot of suspense, but there's this remote control car, and Dirty Harry clues in that this is a little ticking time bomb. And so Dirty Harry's, it's kind of a neat car chase. He puts the car in reverse, he backs away from it, he's trying to get away from it. His partners kind of look at him because it's just a little remote control car. And it was kind of a funny sequence, but it was kind of cool. I thought, okay, that's something never seen before. That was kind of neat, right? But again, we almost see Dirty Harry's partner die. We get kind of we're retreading a lot of things we've seen, but it's still entertaining and fun. The previous Dirty Harry films, I always felt like there was just a lot on the line, whether it be in his career or, a decision he really has to make of his morality and stuff like that. I just find the villain very uninteresting in this. I like when it was more mysterious, and I like the idea of the Deadpool game and all that, but the execution of exposing our villain and all that, I did not find him very interesting. It was probably really big, probably the weakest part of the film. And I think if you would have had a better villain, maybe this would have, the execution would have been better. But I just didn't find the villain great at all. But the Deadpool, man, the last Dirty Harry film we got, 5-film series. And, I just really loved going through these films and watching these, because these were pretty much all first time watches for me. So I am going to give the Deadpool from 1988 a B-. But what about you? Hit me up in those comments. Tell me what you think about the Deadpool. Look for a Dirty Harry ranking as fast as I can get it out to you guys. Go down the rabbit hole. Check out all the Dirty Harry reviews I've done. Check out the Death Wish reviews I've done. All those gritty 70s action films. I think you'll have a blast watching those reviews. So my name is JC. You're watching Backtrack Cinema. I will see you next time, and I will see you in the movies. Cheers.